I'm Debbie Moreno, Finance Director here at the City of Anaheim. Welcome to my office. I'm here today to give you a brief introduction into the city's budget and tell you a few ways you can get involved. For those of you who may not know, the city adopts a budget every year, which serves as a financial plan for the next year. We are hard at work right now putting together the budget for adoption in June by the City Council. When preparing the budget, there are two main areas that we focus on, and that's the sources, or where the money comes from, and uses, where the money is going to be spent. Anaheim's budget is made up of different sources of funding, taxes, fees, rates, and grants. Some, such as local taxes, may be used for any purpose and are unrestricted. Others, such as utility fees and federal and state grants, can only be used for specific purposes and are restricted. Each revenue source is then put into a fund, which is similar to a bank account. We have funds in order to track where money is coming from and track where it is going. It's similar to different accounts we all use at home: savings accounts, checking accounts, retirement, etc. We have over 100 funds in the city. The largest portion of revenue in the city comes from enterprise funds, which are funds covering city operations that provide services and collect revenues. Anaheim's enterprises include our water and electric utilities, a sanitation utility, 2 golf courses, Arctic, and our convention, sports, and entertainment venues. A fund that gets a lot of attention is the general fund. This is where general taxes are deposited and is also the fund that provides the resources for our core services, such as police, fire, libraries, and parks. We focus most of our attention on the general fund, even though it is less than 25% of the total budget. This is because the general fund is where we have the most discretion to redirect or reprioritize our spending. When looking closely at the general fund, you'll see that almost 80% of the general fund comes from our unrestricted taxes, which include sales and use taxes, property taxes, and transit occupancy taxes, or TOT. We refer to these as the big three. Now that we understand a little bit more about where the money comes from, I'll briefly discuss where the money goes. Approximately 80% of the general fund budget provides for the city's core services, including labor costs and operating expenses, which include facility rent, vehicle maintenance, office supplies, and other costs of doing business on a daily basis. Of this portion, nearly 2/3 goes to public safety. Departments focused on ensuring quality of life make up almost 20% of the services budget. Departments focused on providing the necessities by maintaining our infrastructure, like public works, make up about 7% of the general fund services. They also have other sources to pay for the services they provide. The remaining 11% is associated with the administrative departments, who ensure that operations are supported effectively and efficiently. The remaining 20% of the general fund that is not used for services goes to payments for economic development, debt service, and capital outlay. Another way to look at where the general fund goes is by thinking of a dollar. For every dollar of the general fund, 58 cents pays for salaries and benefits of city employees who help provide the day-to-day services that keep Anaheim running. The remaining 42 cents make up costs including 19 cents for a resort and convention center debt service, 9 cents for equipment and maintenance, and 6 cents for rent and utilities. Of the 1,945 full-time staff, nearly 60%, or 1,150, are supported by the general fund, and more than half are sworn police officers or firefighters. The remainder includes professional staff such as engineers, analysts, and attorneys. Overall, our direction has been to bring the City Council a balanced budget, where our sources are at least equal to our uses. That being the case, if we want to spend more in one area, we need to reduce in another area. In order to further understand the city's priorities, it's important for residents to get involved. There are several ways for you to do this. First, you can email us anytime at budget@anaheim.net with any questions or feedback. Second, we encourage everyone to explore the resources available to you, such as the Budget Preview document, available in both English and Spanish, Balancing Act, which is an online simulation on balancing the city's budget, OpenGov is an online budget review tool, and Story Maps, a tool to visualize big capital projects that we are planning over the next 5 years. Lastly, there are community meetings scheduled for the end of April and beginning of May. Residents will have the opportunity to talk with representatives from different departments about how they prioritize projects and their plans for the upcoming year. On behalf of the City of Anaheim, we welcome you to take part in the budget process and hope to see you soon. Thank you.